my makeshift setup here. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, all.
Mari, Hannah.
Hannah.
Oh my gosh, look at the cute hat. I love it.
I love that hat. It's at the
I
beach.
know, on the beach. How
Jealous.
fun.
Jealous.
And Mari's got water in her background too. She's got a waterfall.
Oh,
These
wait.
profile pics. Isn't
Oh,
that fun?
yeah.
I love it. I love it.
All right. So I think, oh gosh, I always get the nervous live like sweats. Is anybody getting that? I always get nervous live sweats.
If I was hosting, I probably would, but
sometimes I just sweat. So,
yeah, that's a day ending in Y for me. So
yes,
the track.
Totally. Yeah, we went to a birthday party today and it was hot for the first time. And I was like, oh, why? I'm going inside. Like, I did not want to be outside at all. I was not ready.
Yeah, it was finally warmer today, but then it rained. But at least it was warmer this time than raining because it's been really, really cold this past week.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. Yeah. Oof. Yeah. But now summer's coming.
Okay, so I know Tara's going to join us a little later, but I guess we'll start off. This should be very entertaining, as you guys will find out. Violet, it's probably all new here, but
I'll try my best.
I can't wait to hear her thoughts. I'm really excited.
All right, let's start at your number of times of read and your rating, and just introduce yourselves with your channel and such so they can find you, just so in case this is anybody's first live show with us as well.
Yeah. Who would you like to go?
Oh gosh. B, how about you go?
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, that works. Hey, I'm B, and my channel is Mama Needs to Read Romance, wherever books are sold. No, I always make that joke. No, just on YouTube and Instagram. I can't handle much more than that. So
same.
Yeah, right. So this is the first time I feel like it's the first time I've read Mansfield Park. I might have read it one other time, like a million years ago, but I don't think I did. I did see the movie ages ago, the one that was like the late 90s version.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember sort of enjoying it, but being surprised by portions of it. So that's actually, we're going to watch a 2007 version tomorrow, by the way, guys. So anyone that wants to see, we're doing the watch party at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So we can still have a chance to watch movies. And I haven't seen that version yet, so I'm excited. Now the book, I actually gave only 3.5 stars, which, it was better than middle of the road. It took a while to pick up in terms of the plot. But I did wind up mostly enjoying it. And honestly, I feel like I would probably enjoy this better on a reread because I think I would have a sense of where Jane Austen was going. And I didn't really have a sense of that the first go around. And I was like, what are we doing? What is happening right now besides nothing? Yeah, I think she was setting up the scene for us to really get a sense of the characters and what they were like personality wise, because we needed that later. And I'm like, there is nothing happening. Anyway, but that's my 2 cents in the beginning. Violet.
Hello, everyone. I am Violet. My channel is Violet Cat. I am also on YouTube and technically on Instagram. Technically. I have an account. I have made like 5 posts there in the years I've had it. So make of that what you will. This is, I think, the 3rd time I have read this. So my mom read this to me back when I was homeschooled as a kid. I think I read it at some point in high school on my own. And so this, I think, is my 3rd time reading it. My first time, technically, like as an audiobook. And I gave this 4 stars. The exact same rating I gave Pride and Prejudice. And hot take, I think I like this more than Pride and Prejudice.
What?
I have thoughts.
Okay, I can wait for all of this today.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
I get why. Like, this is a very contentious book. I think that's like, I think the way I will put it. But it is messy, and I love mess. Is where I'll leave it for now.
Like, okay.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Too funny.
I guess I'll go. Well, if I don't know if I introduced like to Crystal from Books Forever After.
Who
Here
is
and
this?
I don't know.
I don't know her.
Here on YouTube and Instagram, I'm the same way. I don't want to do TikTok. That's too much for me.
Oh, no.
I'm sort of more on Instagram, on more of my stories, but I do post on Instagram. I am not consistent at all. So
I try.
I try sometimes, I guess you could say. For Mansfield Park, this is actually my first time reading, and I think I've only watched the 1999 adaptation. I think I knew about the other two versions, but I know for sure I finished that one. And it has some, yes, I was just shocked about some scenes as well. I was like, well, Jane Austen, okay. I'm like, was this in the book? I never went any further to know if that was in the book. And I still haven't figured that out because I've only completed 50% of the book so far. So I don't have a rating. Because
we talk about that first half, though.
I know. At least I made it to the big first hump. I'll go more onto that, but I'm not gonna Dina. I'm just I have this thing called the Ever After-a-thon, and it's been taking over my life and car shopping because of the hailstorm last month. So yeah, it's been fun.
She's a busy gal.
So yeah, I finished 2 books so far for the readathon, which I'm always, I don't know why I'm always shocked that I'm not reading that much, but yeah, that's where we're at with this one.
You're handling all the logistics.
I'm all behind the scenes. I'm like,
yes.
Is everybody having fun?
Yes.
Are they doing a thing? We're doing this. Everyone's good, right? Okay, yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
All right. I will check out the comments here. Let me go here. Hannah says, same reading history as B. I finished it last night. 3.5 stars. Definitely not my favorite Austen. And Hannah says, same rating.
Twins.
Maury says, I've read 141 pages only once. No rating at this point. I had to stop the DNF for the time. My headspace couldn't take more time hanging out with that group of people right now. I mean,
can you imagine being stuck with them in real life? Nightmare.
Oh.
Nightmare.
Poor Fanny. Poor
Fanny.
Fanny. Yes.
So no wonder maybe the mom is always so tired.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like, I'll just take laudanum to not deal with anything.
I'm just hang out with my dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Yes, poor Fanny. Yeah.
There you go, poor Fanny.
Yes.
Yes. Alrighty. So that makes you go back into the same thing again. Here we go. Favorite characters or character? Because I don't know. There wasn't that too many great characters.
I think there are 2 who are like fairly tolerable. It is Fanny and Susan, her sister, and William. William, her brother's okay.
William's great.
Yeah,
William's
a sweetie.
great. Yeah, and Susan. Yeah. Initially, I was irritated by Susan, but then I sort of started to understand her better.
I mean, can you she's trying her best, okay? Her house is not it.
Yeah, I mean,
she basically just needed someone to be nice to her, and then she was nice.
Yes, and someone to stop taking her knife. That was awful.
Yeah, the baby sister. I was like, why does the sister have the knife in the first place, guys? Which it seems like a
found that very weird. Like, my knife. I thought I misheard. I'm like, they're fighting over a knife, and then I understood a little bit better because of Mary, their sister, having given it to one of them. And then there's this, and the mother's like, I couldn't care less. I promised her, blah, 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 whatever. She's got the knife. So, those parents.
Yeah. Susan, she was trying her best, you know.
She was. And William was wonderful, and I loved Fanny. So I'm basically just on the coattails
The
of Violet.
Price cluster of siblings, like
The Price cluster. Those very specific three
those
siblings.
three specifically.
Those
yes.
three. Yes.
Mary seemed okay, but she did die before we met her. So
I was just thinking, yes. I was like, Mary could be, yeah. But other than that, it was, yeah.
Dire bunch.
Yeah. A lot of people to not love.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people to love. So, and initially I thought I was going to love, is it Edmund or Edward? I always
Edmund.
do that. Edmund. I always do that.
It doesn't help that the hero for Sense and Sensibility is Edward Ferrars, and then we have Edmund here.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Yes, I thought I would like Edmund. There were times that I really enjoyed him initially, like how much he seemed to care for Fanny after, she was, really having difficulty acclimating to the new environment that she was in. And I felt like Edmund was the only one that understood that. But after that, I became less enamored with Edmund. And
so rough. This is like two nightmare love triangles, the book.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feel free to expound on that, by the way, if you want.
I mean, it's just, it's like so I have theories about why this does not resonate with a modern romance reader.
Please.
A couple. So one of the big ones, I think we tend to love when a hero is pining after a heroine who is unaware, and we do not tend to like the inverse.
Yes.
I think this is actually I have not read Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. From my understanding, this is part of the hang up around Colin, is that like she's in love with him and he don't get it until she has her glow up, and that's a little too late for a lot of people.
Right. Well put. Well put.
Yeah. The other thing is, I think that to a modern reader, Henry Crawford seems like a clear setup for a reformed rake arc.
Oh, yes.
And that does not happen. So like all the signs are there of like, oh, he's like toying with everyone, he's a playboy, he's like, oh, I'm gonna like make her fall in love with me in order to, like, we've read this historical romance of like a guy who's like, oh, the one woman who frowned at me, I'm gonna make her fall in love with me. Oh no, I'm in love with her now. Like,
right. Yes.
It does not work out that way in this book. Right? It just doesn't happen. Whereas Edmund is like, in a modern book, would be the one who she's like pining for, and then she shifts towards Henry, realizing that Edmund isn't worth it. And that does not happen in this book.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Anna says Edmund is such a disappointment.
He also, I think this is maybe where the age gap is, it's weird in that it is, I'd say even somewhat more pronounced than like between Marianne and Colonel Brandon, because like he's 17 when he meets her and she's 10. So a lot of their interactions feel like a like older brother kind of watching out for her a lot of the time.
Yes.
And the shift to it being romantic does not happen until the epilogue.
Right.
Of the book.
And he's like, you know what I realized? We should just get married. Basically.
I'm like, I'm happy for you, Fanny, because best option out here, but woof.
That's funny.
Truly. Well said.
Sorry.
Yes,
Mari said he was caring until something shinier came around. It kind of. I remember an adaptation. I don't know if it's in the book, but like he kind of was so enthralled by Miss Crawford, and then kind of forgot his friendship with Fanny, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, Fanny and the two. Yeah, they're like the normal people. Like, I think if there's an argument this book has about class, it's that like you kind of need to be poor to have any modicum of sense.
Right.
Like, you need to, like, if you're poor and you get elevated in stature, then you have like enough awareness of the like actual way the world works to be able to move successfully in the upper echelon.
Oh my gosh, so true.
That's funny. Yep.
I love what Hannah says. This one.
My hang up around Colin is that he sucks. I mean, I don't disagree.
I haven't read it. I just I've heard that
It's
the
my
whole
least
her
yeah.
pining after him thing, and it's a little hard, I think, sometimes for that to resonate with a
Yes.
romance reader.
Right? Truly.
Yeah. I think it's also the fact that with Colin, I know we're in comment thing. There's also a bit of rivalry, jealousy, a thing like that comes into it, and I think in the book, like she doesn't get to continue her writing essentially because she got married. I think that kind of was like diminished her a little bit more than built her up. So yeah.
Like, I will give Edmund this. Like, I do believe he is legit clueless that she's in love with him.
Yes.
Like there's a point
Well,
when I'm sorry, what?
Aren't they like first cousins?
They're first cousins. So this is the other thing, right? Where it's like this is a real hard pill to swallow in 2026. You're like, oh, you're marrying your first cousin?
Yeah. And why would
go, okay.
Yeah.
It was the 1810s.
Yes.
This is clearly not a hang up for anyone in the text. No one even mentions it. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna. In fact, there's like that argument that like when Mrs. Norris is originally arguing for Fanny to come to the house, and Mr. Bertram is like, "What if they want to marry one of them? One of the my boys want to marry her," and she's like, "Well, if they grow up as siblings, then that's not going to happen." So it's like a concern that they have that this will happen even beforehand as like a meaningful issue. So. But not because they're related, just like socially.
Right. Not only first cousins, first cousins who grew up together.
Yeah, which is why I think him being so ignorant of her affection is actually good narratively.
Yeah.
Because, if he knew she was into him at like 14 and he was 21, that'd be even worse.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So true.
Oh,
so true.
Oh, hey, Becky! Oh, sorry, this thing. Every time. Yes. Oh, wait! Looky, who's here!
Hi!
Yeah. How you doing? You did it!
I'm good. How are you all?
Good.
We're good.
Yay.
Can you
a little
tell
under
us
the
what
weather, so
was?
sorry if I sound weird.
Not at all.
What were you saying?
We were chatting about the book. So what was your rating for it? I'm curious.
And did you read it? This is your first time reading it? I think
my
so.
First read. I tried to read it physically. Really couldn't get into it. I got to chapter, I think, 5. And then I switched to audio. It got a little bit better, but it's probably did not finish. I'm about 6 chapters away from the end.
Hey, you're farther than me.
And I really want to DNF it, but I'm going to push through because we're 6 chapters to the end. I think it's going to be a 3.5. I am such a high rater. What is wrong?
Yeah,
with
this sounds like a 2 to me. And what you're saying?
Yeah, I am ridiculous. I cannot be mean in my ratings. I'm like, yes, it's just a 3.
I mean, it's Jane Austen. We're not allowed to give anything lower than a 3.
Right? You absolutely are. What are we talking?
I'm just kidding. I
will handle that. Oh yeah. I know. This is
giver.
I'm the hot take out here at 4 stars.
Fair.
Yeah. I was 3.5 as well.
Okay.
Yeah, my hot take is I think I like this more than Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I'm okay being alone on this hill. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm not asking y'all to join me. It's okay.
I would love to know your thoughts because I'm trying really hard.
Yeah. I'm only 50% in, so not it's partly due because it's slow, but mainly due to lack of time. Because I don't know, what am I doing this month? Being crazy, apparently, with running a readathon.
Taking a walk on the wild side.
Yeah, she is.
I'm so wild this month.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
In terms of characters, I would also like to note that Mrs. Norris has the distinction of being the only Austen character I want to strangle with my bare hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. 'Cause I
Cannot
also don't like her.
stand her.
He's so
She
Ooh.
treats
awful.
Fanny like Cinderella a little bit. I think everyone like just treats
She
her
is
as
the worst. I don't think
Yeah.
there is, like, I get objectively that Austen villains have done worse things, but, like, Mrs. Norris, like, I want to fight her. I just want to drag her outside.
He's
Well, it's 'cause she's an adult and treating a child. Because I mean, Fanny starts young.
I think the thing is
know?
that, like, normally in even like the villain characters are doing things for an actual reason. Like Wickham is pursuing Lydia for money. Mrs. Norris is just awful to be awful. Like, she's just a bully. That is all she is.
That's true.
Yes. So something I can't stand, and unfortunately I know people that do like the older people, like the really older generation that's out there right now will still find ways to blame women for everything involving men. It's like, well, it's her fault because blah blah blah. And I feel like Mrs. Norris is the embodiment of that when she blames Fanny for Henry and his actions towards the end of the book, and she's gonna blame Fanny.
At least everyone else is like, okay, that's silly. Like, we're not doing that.
I don't even remember who Henry is.
Henry Crawford,
oh, he's the rake guy.
the rake,
He's the one that really wants Fanny to
Oh,
fall
what's
in
one
love
who
his
with
proposes
last
to
name?
Fanny.
What I remember him by his last
Henry
name.
Crawford. Yes.
Crawford. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this? I was really invested
What
in this
book am
book,
I
you
reading?
guys.
Tara, I feel like this is not a 3.5 for you, and that's okay. It's allowed to be lower.
It's okay if it's a 2.
If
Mine
you
might be a 2,
wanted
Tara.
to
You never know.
DNF it 6 chapters from the end, I think
Yeah.
that might be below a 3, and that's
Yes.
okay. Live
I
your
am a
truth.
recovering high rater.
High Raider.
I am trying, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, even Becky's like, yeah. So this is the book Violet and Monica were trying to convince me I should read. I'm like,
Oh, I think it's because I think we were talking about as friends to lovers, and like she pines for him.
Cousins to lovers.
Cousins
maybe.
to lovers.
First cousins to lovers.
Trope that gets overlooked
Aged
so often.
perfectly. No,
It really does get overlooked.
Yeah, unless it's a Catherine Cook.
I might read more.
Who wouldn't want to?
Yeah.
Laura's like, "Ooh, they're
Yeah,
bit of an
she
age
was-
gap.
She was struggling a little bit with like the cast being how would I put this, as pleasant as spoiled milk? Just and like valid.
Yeah. Are we supposed to like anybody in this book other than Fanny? I mean,
This is a great
William?
question.
William, we like William.
We like William, her brother,
okay.
her brother
basically
Sweetie.
the prices."
The
Well,
the
only
prices.
specific price. Only
I
specific.
mean, even
price.
her dad, frankly, I found a little more tolerable than
I
Prince.
did find the dad tolerable because he did kind of, at least towards the end, when
He's just there.
And
I've
then
never
he
seen
is
a person
just
that's
there.
He's
Yeah.
just there. He's like,
He's
I'm just
kind
gonna
of
read
like-
the paper.
Do you all know the song "Fast Car" by Tracy Chapman?
I love that song.
Like he is the dad in Fast Car, like useless alcoholic.
oh, that's what Santa was just saying. Is her dad not a drunk? Oh, maybe.
He is. Yeah, he is.
Mm,
Wendy says the lack of situation awareness seems to be a theme in Jane's novel.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yes, Becky, they are actually, in fact, first cousins because it was 1814 and no one thought that was weird.
Yeah.
I mean, there
I
isn't
suppose
much
we were still
choice
in
in the
full
country.
incest marriage for like the actual aristocracy. So
Yeah.
what's a first cousin situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it's not a brother.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. They don't actually share any parents. Remarkable improvement.
That is
Yes.
beautiful, yeah.
Little wins.
I was thinking her uncle, not her dad. Her dad is an alcoholic.
dad's the
right? Her
drunk,
real
yeah.
dad.
Yeah, that's
then-
fair that I lost you with cousins, Becky. That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, Becky.
Mhm.
Well, you
It's a
left
hard sell.
Hard
It is a
sell.
hard
Hard sell.
sell.
Like, a lot of this book is a hard sell in 2026.
Becky, what if I told you that they spend about a third of the book worrying about a play that they're just performing in their own house, just for themselves?
Okay.
Now, are you sold? Are you sold now, Becky?
So, fun fact, Lover's Vows is an actual play that existed.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay, now I'm
it
curious.
does, in fact, feature, like, sex out of wedlock. So, probably not appropriate for this group of people to be doing.
No.
Which I think was
just
the whole
wondered-
point, too. But
Yeah,
it was yeah.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, did I misunderstand this book in that, like, they're just putting it on in their house, right? Just for themselves, right? Right?
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah.
wanted to event somebody outside of town, and that was where
Yeah.
it was a big push to get Edmund to do that one character that has the love scene with Miss
Right.
Crawford. For
Right.
obvious reasons, Fanny wasn't exactly overjoyed for that. Plus,
Right. Yes.
she already thought it was inappropriate, and so did Edmund at first. And then Edmund started getting a little bit, well, if I don't do it, it'll be worse. That's that doesn't make it any better.
And also
Listen,
that,
I
like,
didn't even-
Mariah does this largely to flirt with someone who's not her fiance in front of her fiance. So, like, there's some clear issues here.
Yeah.
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 I just thought, for the longest time, I'm like, is this all we're talking about? Is this the book? Like, we're just
That's what I
worrying
was
about a play? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
thought
uncle.
that-
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind the uncle until that part.
In his defense, she does not explain the actual hang up she has
That's
to him.
true. That's
Right.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he comes back, he does, like, in their initial conversation is absolutely terrible, and the poor Fanny. But then when he comes back, it sounds like he's sort of seeing reason, except for the fact that he's still like, okay, well, now we're still gonna hang out with Henry, and you'll hopefully come around. But I don't, I felt a little bit better about him after that. But
Yeah.
And then he sends
And he
her
asked
back
Mariah.
home to,
Oh,
like,
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, then he sends her back home to be like, well, once you're reminded of poor people, then you'll change your mind.
right. So, okay, can I ask that? I mean, what did you guys think of that strategy? Because it seemed like it might be working.
I don't think it did, though, because when she shows, like, she's still not into Henry when he shows
Well, that's
up.
true. She's
No.
still into Henry, but I think she does realize how much better
She
she is.
understands
Like
the
Mrs.
gravity of her
Mansfield,
life,
but,
like circumstances. She's like,
and
oh
she
man.
doesn't get to hang out with William and all that stuff.
Mhm,
So, I mean, I think it works in the terms of, like, oh yeah, you were living in, like, the lap of luxury and now you're not. But in terms of actually turning her opinion towards Henry Crawford, does complete failure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. Crazy.
Was not a fan of that. I definitely don't. Like, she didn't do anything undeserving. How's her character proven? Because she doesn't want to do the one thing that's a life-changing situation, you're going to basically punish her?
I
Be
mean,
like,
I think
hey,
it's a
you're you
really,
ungrateful person. You go back to being poor, kind of a thing.
yeah, I think it's a really good case for, like, the person who is, like, the emotional labor, right? She is everyone's companion, confidant,
Yeah.
extra person. And that is what she's sort of expected to do. That is the role she slots herself into very well. But the second she has a moment of agency or defiance, everyone's confused, perplexed, angry, trying to belittle her, put her back in her place. Which I think is true of real life. Like,
So
people
true.
don't like when you put basic boundaries down.
This is so true.
Sort of push back.
Yeah.
Same.
Because she's expected. It's because she's like was given this opportunity to, like, live there with them. And so she's expected to be their companion and expected to follow their rules. And as soon as she doesn't, they're like, oh, wait a minute. and let's toss her back.
Yeah,
They
it's
kind of treat her like a servant more than an actual family member because
Yeah.
she's from
Yeah.
the poor side family member.
Mhm.
There's the conversation: is she out? Is she isn't? Or is she not? You know what I
Right.
She's in
Of
that
that,
weird
like,
limbo,
they're like,
kind of like
I don't know.
That she isn't. Like, I think she is out at the ball. Like, that is the first time she's actually out or doing anything, you know? Which is weird because, like, it feels like they've kind of failed her. She is, like, marriageable age. And while she doesn't have money or, you know, all that, they don't even really give her the chance to try.
Yeah, they don't give her any opportunity to like mingle with people to
No.
like
Yeah.
make a match or anything
Though in
like
their defense, they don't do that for their own daughters either.
that's true.
The
Yeah.
Bertrams are terrible parents.
Yes.
They have completely failed all 4 of their kids, like,
Yeah.
across the board.
Very true.
It's so true.
To answer your question, Fanny does stick to her guns regarding not marrying Henry Crawford. That is like her one kind of big thing, and it is a thing she does not shake on at any point.
Yeah. Yep.
And they think like because he is obviously of higher class than her and like has money that he's like a good match, but he's not, and Fanny knows that.
Right,
Yeah.
but like the reason she knows that is because she knows he is a F-boy, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna swear
An
on you,
unreformed
Stray
race?
Crystal, but like he is in fact.
Yeah.
But if she tells him that, she has to be like, yeah, your daughters were fighting over this man while one of them was engaged, which is a really awkward conversation to have with your uncle.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought, like, when there was basically, it felt like no plot for a huge chunk of the beginning. I thought, okay, well, that's why we're doing this, because we want to observe these characters and how Henry interacts with these women, especially, so that she has all this sort of ammunition as to why she doesn't want to be with Henry. But yeah, it's all very subtle, like what he does and says. It would be really tricky to say that to her uncle to explain, because I could see how, if you don't really know Henry, and the fact also that Henry went out of his way to make sure William, he didn't get a commission. He went up in the ranks because of Henry. Yeah, promoted. Yeah. And so I can see why, if you don't know Henry, you think he's, on paper, he's great.
I feel like that's manipulation for Henry. Like he's kind of like, she's like, well, I don't really like you. And he's like, well, what can I do? I can help out her brother. And then hopefully she'll soften towards me. And I was like, oh, buddy, this is weird.
It's interesting. I think Austen's really good at writing villains who aren't particularly self-aware or reflective. Like, Henry Crawford almost feels like more of a Willoughby than a Wickham in some ways. Like, I think he just sort of thinks all of it's a game. And so it's just like, oh, this is how I play to make people fall in love with me. And like the appeal of Fanny is that she does not ever bend to him. So he gets to play the game longer with her.
Yes. Yes.
Very true.
He likes the game and the chase.
He likes the chase or whatever.
Which, when she flat turns him down, he's like not even fazed by it.
Yeah.
Like, you'd expect a moment of like, oh, I don't know, or even rage. Does not happen.
Yeah. He just doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe it.
So to that, what are your favorite scene or scenes in this book?
The garden part, the garden thing where she is just sort of like sits down at the bench and then like all of this couple drama is happening around her.
Right.
It's kind of like a sitcom, like a rotating door. People just come in and out of it.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like I like she just has learned to be a like watcher. You know what I mean? And so she picks up on people's characters. I like that about Fanny. It's like she's just kind of like observing everybody, because that's kind of where she's been left to do. But I know that has nothing to do with scenes. That scene reminded me of just like her character. Like she's watching everybody and like seeing how they react and what they do.
Yeah. I think this is the scene where they're having the out versus not out conversation was like
Yes.
really interesting in terms of like it was like a very contemporary conversation,
Yeah.
I think you can kind of figure out what out means in from Pride and Prejudice, but I think this one like really dials in on that a lot in a lot of ways.
I think it was interesting of not being out and how people they couldn't talk. I was like, I didn't realize that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very much brought up here. I was like, interesting. I didn't even think about that. So
Yeah. I think the scene that I remember most from like reading it back in the day was when Mrs. Norris fully goes off on Fanny in public and everyone's really awkward and then Mary is like, okay, come over here, girl. It's really cold and weird in this area of the room. Like when Mary Crawford's like, girl, what are you talking about? This is lacking in tact. What is happening?
Yes. Oh my
we
gosh.
don't need to make people burst into tears in the living room now.
I don't think that it's interesting because I found this book really compelling. Like I wanted to see Fanny get a happily ever after. I thought it was for the reasons that Violet just mentioned about the expectations that we see today of this, people pleasing, and the moment you try to set up boundaries, you see a different version of people. Like, they want the best for you, but at the same time, they sort of want you to be in this box that they put you in. I think especially Edmund is great at that. I love you, but I want you in this box. and it was good that she stood up for herself. So I don't know that there was like a favorite scene, as in like I really, really enjoyed it. It was fascinating to me to watch, her interactions with Mary, who I know we haven't really talked about. Mary Crawford. We haven't talked a whole lot about her yet. I do want to talk more about her.
Me too.
And I mean, obviously, and I think I saw this in the chat too, I did enjoy the epilogue, basically the epilogue in which Edmund, starts talking to her and he's like, I know you couldn't possibly like me. And she's like, oh, but this has been the desire of my heart. And here's a note that you were writing to me, part of what you wrote way back in the day, and I've kept it. And the way the two of them are just so happy and sort of pleasantly surprised to see that the other one has, echoing the feelings of the other. That was dear and sweet. But then of course there's the pessimist after all of this that I've read going, really, now we're going to figure this out right now? And is it just because Mary Crawford's not around? It just made it a little bittersweet for me. But I would say that was, I loved seeing Fanny happy in the end and knowing that she would be appreciated, going forward. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think if there's like any critique I have of Austen in general is that I feel like her epilogues are like, okay, I gotta wrap all this up. So here's the checklist of what happened for the next 3 months. Goodbye. And I'm like, okay, but like maybe two people who we've been following should get together outside of the montage of the end, please.
Yes.
Jane.
Yes. So true. I have a question.
Yes.
Let me ask a question. Okay. The brother, is it Tom? I know one is
Tom
like Tom
Bertram, yeah.
Tom is the brother, not the father.
He's the oldest brother. I think he is the same name.
Yes. So Tom, if Tom had not died, or excuse me,
if he had died,
if Tom had died, I'm sorry, what am I saying? If Tom had died, and then Edmund would have taken over, obviously, Tom's position in the family, do you think Mary Crawford and he would have gotten married, and this all would have turned out very differently?
Yeah,
I think
on top of that.
I genuinely think if Tom had died, then Edmund would have married Mary, and eventually Fanny would have married Henry Crawford. Yeah. And then he would have cheated on her because he cannot help himself. He has no impulse control whatsoever.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very capricious. I mean, yeah. I had to ask that question. Because not remembering the movie and not having read this, I don't think, before, and I was really, I truly did wonder, like, is he gonna die? Because I mean, what do you think the purpose was in Jane Austen writing this scene in where Tom is potentially at death's door, other than to tease that maybe Edmund would be the next in line? Because I really thought, okay, he's gonna die now. Like,
well, didn't it show in the? So I don't know if this is in a book, Violet. So correct me if it is or not, because 50%. In the 1999 version, that is where what's her name, Mary Crawford, shows her true colors on how manipulative she is. Is she jumps on that opportunity of Tom's imminent death on how they're going to spin this, or something like that, or
Yeah,
something
so
behind the scenes. If you remember that in that
so
movie?
in the movie, when in the 90s movie, when Tom gets sick, that is when Fanny gets brought back. In the book, it's actually later, but Mary writes Fanny a letter basically asking if she thinks Tom is going to die, because then Edmund will have more money. And Fanny's like, are you kidding me? Like, this is dire.
this is what we're worrying about.
So it's like the same thing, but it's like condensed differently in the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like Mary at all. I hear you.
She's very
trying to be friends, but she's got.
I think it's like kind of urban versus like rural with the Crawfords, because they're like very London coded, and I feel like a lot of the way they move through the world is with the assumption that everyone has the exact same sort of like street smarts that they do.
Yeah.
And none of this group do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like, is it Mary and Henry are both just kind of manipulative.
They're the worst.
Yeah. They love each other very much, and they kind of goad each other on in their mess. But I think it's that thing of they don't think it actually really matters, because in London it kind of wouldn't matter. But like they're with this group of people who think stick with differently, and that's kind of how he gets wrecked with Mariah, and like she messes everything up with Edmund.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of I read the novel La Dangerous Liaison, or I forget what it's called, but it's actually been into what Cruel Intentions in modern times as well. I also saw what's his name? The one in the 18th century version as well.
Oh, with Glenn Close and
Hugh, what's his name?
John Malkovich, isn't it? Is it John Malkovich?
Yeah, John Malkovich and Hugh, someone else. The guy that plays the doctor on
Hugh Laurie.
Oh, Hugh Laurie.
That reminds me a little bit like those brother and sister kind of has that reminiscent of that novel or that movie.
Yeah.
Without the incest.
Yeah.
We have a different type of incest in this one. Thank you very much.
That apparently we root for.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Maury says she was so against him being in the church, but if we were a first son, I think she would have went in for the kill, so to speak. That's Mary Crawford.
Well, he wouldn't have been a clergy person as the first son.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she wanted him to go into anything else. She's like, you could be a lawyer, you could be you could be in the military. She was like, a clergyman, that's not enough money for me.
Yep.
Yeah. It's also like not the type of social that she wants. I mean, she would be a terrible clergyman's wife.
Can you imagine?
Oh gosh.
Be more kind. Actually be kind.
Not even think of that. Oh my gosh.
Spreading all the gossip, being a nightmare.
Yes.
Being a royal terror. We're gonna have a different. Speaking of royal terror, people who should not be clergymen's wives. That's gonna come up in Emma.
Oh boy.
That one too.
Yeah, but it is like, if we jump this up to a modern era, Mary, if you hate your man's profession, you gotta cut your losses, girl. It ain't happening.
Yeah.
It simply won't. It simply won't. Because he's like, but I like this.
Well, at
I
first
want
she was
to-
setting her cap for the older
Tom.
brother, Tom, and then he kind of left, and she's like, "Okay, well let's go to Edmund."
And she's
Yeah.
like, actually, he's more charming and sincere, et cetera, et cetera.
Now
But
that
it's
the
like,
other
when
one's
you-
out of the picture.
But then you get the charming sincere. He wants to be a pastor, and he will be a good pastor. I will say. I think he will actually be like a solid clergyman.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like all the qualities she likes about him are so tied to that profession, and it's like, honey, this is not. He don't got that cutthroat instinct to be like a lawyer. It isn't happening.
Really. Oh my gosh.
I
The
think
only
at one
thing
point he's like, I'm bad at talking, like casually. Why do you think I'd be a good lawyer?
yes.
I'm not charming. Why I would not be a good lawyer?
It was so painful to see like the points where he's talking to Fanny and basically she's a sounding board essentially, but was really just trying to convince himself that whatever Mary was saying or doing or thinking was probably not that bad. And it wasn't really Mary that was feeling that way. It was just the way she was raised, or it was the people she had been around, or it was the setting she came from.
I have had friends. Every one of us has had a friend who has stayed with someone who you're like, please leave. I can't. I am
Yes.
begging you.
Yes, and they've
It's
got
not
all
going
the
to work.
excuses.
And
They've got
they
all the
stay
excuses.
so much longer than you think is reasonable.
Yeah. He's trying to convince himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
making Fanny a part of that. Oh,
Fanny's like,
Yeah.
"Come on, man."
torturous.
Yeah.
And that's actually one reason, that was one thing that really bothered me about Edmund, was that it felt like again, somebody said this about the shiny things. He is like a good guy, but he's easily swayed, I think, in certain ways. And I'm sure everyone has their Achilles heel, so I don't mean to be too hard on him, but I just felt like, you're really trying very hard to, make her out to be the person you want to pretend that she is. But
Yeah. I think what's interesting is like Fanny loves Edmund for doing what I would describe as basic human decency stuff.
But when no one else
And
has
the-
basic human
And the
decency.
problem is every time he gets distracted, which humans should be allowed to do, she falls to the wayside. Right? Because he's the
Right.
only one doing basic decency stuff. And occasionally he'd be like, oh no, wait, more basic decency things.
He's like, "Wait a minute, Fanny exists."
He's like, oh no, wait, everything fell apart for her. I gotta, okay, wait, no, okay.
When they were like, Fanny. I'm sorry,
When,
but I'm
like,
laughing.
The horse thing, like Mrs. Norris is so mad about her potentially having a horse, and he's like, so I'm gonna just swap out one of my horses for one she can ride, and we're gonna do it that way.
What,
Okay.
what about like when they're like, Fanny, why are you laying there? Why are you laying there on the couch, Fanny? Stop
And he's like, oh,
lazing
you have a
around.
headache, don't you? And she's like, oh, it's only a little one. And he's like, you should like go to bed, probably.
Yeah. We had her out in the hot sun all day picking whatever it was she was picking.
Yeah, but
I mean,
she had to walk like 3 times, and he's like,
I do like he kind of
"That's-
sticks up for her at that moment, though. At least he
He
did
does.
that.
Like that's the thing. He is like
the only
he
one.
is doing basic decency, right?
It's like
he
she's
is
not
a
lazing
normal
around.
human.
She's sick. Yes.
And,
did she get
like-
like a heat stroke or a headache or something basically from being
Yeah.
out in the heat? She was probably headaches
Yes.
or
Yeah,
something?
Yeah.
because she
and
is
they're actually
frail
lazy.
as all get out. She is a waif.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
The
when
walking,
he doesn't,
that
when
walking
he, yeah, when he doesn't like, when he gets distracted at all, like everything goes so badly for her that like if there was anyone else around with any sense of basic human decency, then he wouldn't have to like constantly be locked into her.
Right. Yeah, what was it? I think I had to have been Mrs. Norris. It was like, you're just taking walks. Whenever you want to walk. Didn't ask anybody
my
if they
gosh.
needed anything.
Perhaps
Like,
my
what?
favorite arc on this round, because this gets kind of cut out of the movies for obvious reasons, is when
Yeah.
Lord Bertram comes back and is like, what do you mean Fanny doesn't have fire in her?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like, no, Mrs. North, yeah, I'm gonna send the carriage to take my niece. Like, she is still of my house and has some status. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to imply that she is not worthy of like basic things, and the fact that you don't get that. Like, there's a part I think in the epilogue where he's like, I think I hate her. Like, I've come back and I think I have hated everything she has said. She makes every situation worse. I'm glad she's gone.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Take the girl's horse away. Somewhere.
Whole lot of wrong.
So I have, if I can put on my little educational TED Talk soapbox. So
Oh, I can't wait.
So
I
there
can't
was
wait.
a part of this book, I think when they're at the Rushworth Garden or something, where Fanny is talking about how beautiful the landscape is, which is a thing I have never cared about when any book I've read in my life, how pretty the woods are. But it reminded me of this book called The Mysteries of Udolpho. So I took a Gothic literature class in college, and often Austen read a lot of Gothics. But they aren't necessarily the Gothics that we think about now. Like, I think we tend to think of Gothics from like Bronte's up, and these are, she wrote in the 1810s, and Bronte's the 1830s. So these are like way older books. Like Mysteries of Udolpho's older. And that actually gets mentioned in Northanger Abbey as well. I think like the monk might also get mentioned in that. I think the earliest one I can think of is called The Mysteries of Udolpho, which is really campy and wild, from like the 1760s or something like that. And so those Gothics were a little different than what we associate with them now. They were like, had a lot more kind of fairy tale elements. They were very moralistic, tended to have like heroines who were very pure and noble, sort of being terrorized by a bunch of villains who stay villainous the whole time. And then like the ending is like, they get their marriage with like the stable person, basically. And I was like, hang on, is this Austen's Gothic? Like, is this her Gothic book? I think it is.
Interesting.
Isn't Northanger Abbey also considered like her Gothic?
It's kind of a parody though, because like she doesn't really fit the tropes of it. She's like a fangirl of it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Udolpho is the one with the helmet that falls and crushes a guy to death in like chapter 1. Incredible. Best opening of a book to ever do it.
Oh, no.
Wait, isn't that the one that was referenced in Eloise's James' most recent before The Last Lady B? Wasn't that book
it might have
mentioned in that?
been
The Fisher one, where he's fishing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? They mentioned dangerous liaisons quite a few times in The Last Lady B.
Oh,
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, but like Fanny is this like very pure, very like morally minded person who is like sort of constantly beset by these evils trying to like drag her down.
Yes.
You have a lot that like kind of nature versus like the city thing happening. And, her whole goal is to just sort of stay true and moral, and then she gets rewarded at the very end. So it's like, I think this might be her actual Gothic, and Northanger's like her parody.
That is so crazy. How cool.
Interesting.
So yeah, like once I saw it in that way, I was like, oh, okay, I think I get what she's doing here a little bit better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fascinating. I'm glad you shared that.
Yeah. Didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
At the time, it was considered a women's rights novel. Yeah, Gothic literature, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Also, like, I think, I think throughout this we've sort of been thinking about Austen in the context of romance novels. And I think like Pride and Prejudice is probably her best case study for Austen as a proto-romance novel writer. And this might be the worst case study, like the worst argument for it.
Definitely.
I think of all, like, this is the least romantic of her books from a modern perspective, right? Even if you ignored the cousins part, like even if they weren't blood related, I feel like there's so much else that like does not really fit what we think of as like a modern romance.
Yeah. Well, you were spot on when you said that we don't enjoy when she's the one pining the whole book and he's not. He's oblivious. Yeah, we prefer the other way around.
Or mutual. I'll take mutual pining.
Exactly. Love mutual pining. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, we have already about an hour. Alrighty. Do you guys have any other last thoughts or anything you guys want to mention before we go?
I'm excited to see the 2007 movie.
I'm gonna be real. There is not a particularly great adaptation of Mansfield Park. The BBC one's old and dusty. It's weird. The 90s one is kind of raunchy and weird, and so is this one, just in different ways. And this is the least accurate of the three, the one that you were going to watch.
Oh, no! Well, I'm excited that Billie Piper, I guess, plays Fanny.
Yeah.
And she narrates the vast majority of the Audible version, at least, of Mansfield.
I feel like Billie Piper is too hot to play Fanny Price.
She's also on Doctor Who. Like, she was the first, traveler partner person for Doctor Who. So I'm a Doctor Who nerd too.
Oh, for the reboot, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always loved when Billie Piper was the original one. The rebooted one a few years ago, whatever you call it. But
and
I think the last one was in the 70s before. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Doctor Who, if you're looking for a sci-fi fun, it's good.
Fun! Oh, very fun. And I saw that Klaus from the Vampire Diaries and the originals is in this version. So I'm really curious to see what he
remember who he is.
You had me at Klaus.
I don't remember who he is in this. Maybe he's Tom. Because he's not Edmund, and I don't think he's Henry Crawford either. So Henry Crawford's got like wolf hair in this one. It's like a like long. It's honestly both modern-ish adaptations of Mansfield Park were like, what if Henry Crawford had dog hair? In like the 90s one, he's got poodle hair, inexplicably, and in this one, he's got wolf hair. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Hannah says the Amazing Readathon is Doctor Who themed this year.
So that's fun. Very fun. I love it. Well, you did a great job, Crystal. Thank you for hosting. Despite the fact that you've got 10 million irons in the fire this month.
Our next book's Emma.
Emma.
Our next book's Emma.
I'm excited for that one.
I think Christy, I think, is hosting. Yeah, in July. In July. So next month will be twists on Mansfield Park. And because I'm sorry.
And there are not many. Somehow this one slid to this one to adapt for some reason.
The cousins aspect.
So do you know what I'm going to do for our movie of the month next month? Austen Land.
Okay.
I love that
one. Like my favorite. Fair. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't wait.
I will say, modern adaptation of Mansfield Park. There's a web series called From Mansfield with Love, where she is like a staff member at like their hotel. So they are not related.
Yay!
And there's a couple of things at the end to make the HEA feel a little more complete, if you will. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's not just, well, I guess you're still here and you're the only one left.
Right.
I think I like a person I can talk to who doesn't insult my entire profession constantly.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yes. Ever After Sun. Yes, thanks. It's, I'm glad everyone's having fun because that's the goal, but it's hard to tell when you're behind the scenes. You're like, I don't know.
We're having a great time. I mean, we're a little biased. We're literally all captains, so, but you know.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Ignoring our team bias. We love it here.
Well, I'm not in good company right now. No, just kidding.
You're all
I'm
up.
just kidding.
These
All right,
beasts
jump
over
in.
here.
I know, right?
Too funny. Too
But you're
funny.
the spy. You should be jumping us.
True.
It's all part of her plan. It's all part of her plan.
We gotta hide in our castles.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's my attention. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
great. Yay.
All right. Well, I don't know if we have the watch party in your Discord, right? B, for
Yes,
tomorrow
it
for
is.
me?
It's in my Discord. Yep. Wake Up to Romance at
Nice.
4 p.m.
Okay.
Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. And it's going to be
Yeah,
a
not
wild.
7, right?
Not 7 now.
Inside joke. I totally thought for the longest time this was at 7, and I didn't change it until yesterday that I realized, oh, that's not the right time. That doesn't match what B's thing says. Apparently, I don't know why, but there we go. what did I
We're
think?
really good at this. I don't know if you noticed. We're just really, we have it all together.
Yes, we're
Totally.
very, like I said, we're not the most. I'm not the most professional over here. It's a lot of try, but
Yes.
not really that professional.
I mean, what is being a booktuber but faking it till you make it?
I know, right?
Oh my God.
I'm just here to
100%.
have fun. I'm like, it might look like I don't know how I'm doing because I don't, because I'm just here to have fun.
Too funny. Too
I love
funny.
it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for spending your evening with us, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, for the watch party, and if not then, in July for our next live show, which will be reading Emma. So that one looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah. And that'll be on Christy's channel. Christy reads a lot.
Yes, Christy reads a lot
at
at her channel.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. All right, good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
And we'll keep Paget waving.